Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, largest and frankly the greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. No channel works hard to keep you in the know when it comes to crypto. Reading some of the comments here. Bing to the bong. Yeah, that's right. We got some Candle Mafia in here. Respect another video. So yes, let's just go ahead, get right into it. There was no morning stream yesterday, but please go watch our cyber pandemic video. It is this one right here. Inevitable cyber pandemic draws near. Really, really good quality. I will say perfect casting for BJ. It was the role he was destined to play. If you want to see BJ act, definitely watch that. But yeah, we come to you Monday through Friday. Today is Friday, June 17th. And Ben will be back. TJ, when will Ben be back?
That's a great question. What's today's Friday?
You got that sling from a pawn shop? We were just talking about how bad the sling looks on camera. No, I didn't wrestle it from a homeless person in an alley. No, I didn't like find it in a garbage bin. Remodeling my home, that's how I broke it. And yeah, sorry, I bumped against the wall. Okay, I dripped a little when I'm painting the ceiling. It's a little hard. I'm doing everything left-handed, and I'm right-handed. So you know, cut me a little slack here. Okay, fine, I'll get a new one.
So
TC is in.
I believe Ben is in South Carolina right now for a baseball tournament with his son's travel team.
Yep.
We'll be back. I believe he might be going straight to NFT NYC. So I'm sure he'll have some phone record videos that he uploads, things like that. But we'll be back to somewhat of a regular scheduled program next week.
A
But it's gonna
broken
be a little-
winged DZ is still a good DZ. Take these broken wings. I'm here Monday, so I believe I'll be doing it Monday as well. But then yeah, I'm going to NFT NYC, flying in Tuesday, going straight to Ape Fest on the Tuesday night Ape Fest. That's going to be really fun. Me and Alex really looking forward to that. But all right, let's get into it. Yeah, still at 1.45 million subscribers. Just want to reiterate, make sure you watch this. Really, really good stuff. It's really great quality. And I joke, but BJ, I think you deserve an Oscar. You did great. Perfect casting. TJ, who cast that? Was that Nick? Was that Nina?
I'm sure it was Nick. I would imagine.
Nick, casting director
Well, who
of
knows?
the year.
If you never know, BJ might have cast himself.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Nick, though, good job, man. You'd be casting for like Paul Thomas Anderson or someone, you know, like really good stuff. Yeah, I am right-handed. It is a little difficult. All right, we go to the Twitter here. DZ_BTC. All my Cardano people saying, why do you say DZ.ETH? I have money signed DZ, but I like my DZ.ETH. You know, I'll flip-flop, you know, but my pinned tweet is a pro-Cardano tweet. I like Cardano too. I like ETH. I like Bitcoin. There's enough room for everybody. Where's my Link Marines at? You know, maybe some coins I'm not huge fans of, Sheeb and whatnot. But yeah, make sure you also checking out our channel, NFT Alpha. We just put out a Claymates white paper video, or clay paper, I should say. Scammers are running amok on Instagram. I have 4,554. I think one or two of the scammers have more than me.
Yeah.
So it's a little frustrating. Maybe I'll try to do like a story when I'm do we get a hair reveal like we did on Frankie's channel? Hey, you got to check out, you never know where I'm going to pop up. Will I pop up in a Meta Money video? Will I pop up on NFT Alpha? Will I pop up on BitBoy Crypto? I don't know. Will I pop up on Hit Gaming? I don't know. Maybe.
Or we
Who
pop
knows?
up on Frankie's candle.
I'm just going to take a slow sip of water, marinate on that one for a second.
Yeah.
Is that wax? Anyways, let's talk about Hit merch. You know, we got some really good merchandise. These soccer jerseys, they grew on me. I didn't like them at first. Why? Because I don't like soccer. But you know what? They do look pretty cool.
Well, they're actually modeled after esports jerseys, believe it or not.
Yeah, we're my who likes video games? You know, we're gonna be doing some pretty good things, pretty cool stuff. I'm sorry, Mr. MC. I'll try a little bit harder for you, but yeah, you know, we're doing pretty cool stuff with all that. But let's look at the markets. Where are things going here? We have the market cap under $1 trillion, still 900 billion. Obviously, we like that to be a little bit higher. That dominance, 44.3.
Refresh.
Up. Oh, is it changed?
Yeah, it's
Oh no.
800 billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dip below 900 there. Dominance fell a little bit as well. Bitcoin at 44%. I've seen a lot of people talk about 60%. I think even Benjamin Cowan saying 60%. I would definitely respect his opinion. I think Ben thinks that's a little high. He's saying above 50%.
No,
I
he
can see
said
50%.
he's saying 55.
55. Okay.
So it's not much different, between 55. I'm kind of somewhere between the two. I think it'll be between 55 and 60. Interesting though, we've seen it actually dip down the last couple of days probably because people are going into stables right now.
Yep. And I saw Tether, they say, you watch that crypto whale account.
Mhm.
Tether deleted another billion Tether. No, that means it's solvent and someone cashed out $1 billion. So working as intended. Although I agree with Ben, USDC is, a lot better than USDT. A lot better. I would say it's marginally safer.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ben, any thoughts on that super thread? Really good thread. I recommend, you read it. It's a little difficult to parse how to read it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I was up till 1 a.m. Figured, what? I was talking to somebody. Yeah, it took me like 30 minutes. I think half that time was navigating Twitter, like
Right.
trying to find the right
Yeah.
thing.
No, only thing I'll say about that, to me, it's all stuff we've said before, and I think that was a lot of it. It's all stuff he's said over and over and over at nauseum. So now, if anybody was to ask, we have a place to point them. Look, we're a channel. We haven't been perfect. We've learned a lot over the years. We've grown a lot over the years. Most of the stuff in that thread, I was around for, I witnessed and experienced. And we've come a long way.
Yeah.
I think we've really grown. I know we've helped a lot of people navigate this space. We haven't been perfect, but we're here to learn, we're here to grow, and we want to do it together.
Bear market is tough. My dude got a broken arm, says John Erickson. Hey, I missed my margin call.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you lend money from the wrong people. It wasn't a centralized exchange. It was one of those Bulgarian joints. And they came after me, some guys in some tracksuits.
There's still some risk in peer-to-peer.
Speaking of guys in tracksuits, I watched Crypto Face's stream last night. Quite bearish. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to you before we look at these Bitcoin prices. He's looking quite bearish. He's still thinking those three amigos are going to play out. I would have called him an insane maniac.
Yeah.
3 months ago. Now I would have said, I don't think so, Crypto Faye. I think but now I'm starting to say, I think the three amigos might play out, and the three amigos playing out basically means Bitcoin to that $11,000 to $13,000 range. And there's another thing, and I'm not trying to spook people. I'm just trying to, pass along some knowledge here. He was looking at the sell order wall, the buy order wall on 20K Bitcoin. He looked at it about 72 hours ago. This is the amount of bids of Bitcoin at 20K. As that price goes down, those bids get filled.
Yeah.
He said those bids got cut in half over about a 48-hour period.
I saw a lot of people looking at that. There's not nearly the buying pressure at 20K that you would expect. There's not a lot of volume there.
Yeah. Okay. They're in that stream too. Hey, we're all together. Hey, we are all Crypto Face. Shout out to the real one.
And I think it was him that also said, we've been talking about these prices getting to these levels for quite a while. So it's not necessarily surprising, but it's still crazy to look at.
DZ fell off his ladder harder than Terra Luna's crash. Okay, that was a good one. All right. Okay, that's good. You know what? Let's get some broken arm jokes in the chat. I'll highlight the good ones, or maybe we'll talk about them. All right, let's look at the Bitcoin price. Down 2.5%, holding at 20,600. Ethereum 1,000. If we break 1,000, a lot of people are saying, kind of a straight shot to 700. TJ, what do you think about that?
Break 1,000. I mean, you can make a case for not somewhere in the nines, but yeah, let me look. Can you pull up the chart?
Yeah, let's look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the buy orders here. Let's look at just the 1 month here. Ooh, looking kind of bad. And last time we're at these levels, it kind of shot past. And look where that little area of support was that $600-700 level. So it's something I could see playing out. Hopefully, I'm not wishing it to happen. I'm just, maybe trying to warn you that it is a possibility. The BNB's fall from that $300 to $200 range. I don't think anyone thought it was going to happen as quickly. But shout out to the Cardano family. Shout out to the ADA gang. Shout out to the people just holding strong with their ADA.
Yeah.
ADA outperforming its peers. And when I say its peers, I mean the XRP, the Solana, At one point, it was Terra up here, all kind of fighting for that number 6 spot. BUSD has since surpassed them, unfortunately. So now they're fighting for that number 7 spot. But they all had comparable market caps. But XRP holding up steady with 15.5 billion compared to Cardano's 16.5 billion. I would have thought Cardano would pull away a little bit further, but the fall of Solana is tough to see. Solana used to be way ahead of Cardano and XRP, now way below at 10.7 billion. Then we have Dogecoin. Oh man, a nickel. Dogecoin back to a nickel. TJ, will it hit a penny again?
I was literally just thinking the same thing. Golly,
I can
that's so
see it.
low.
They make a lot. Now, correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong. I want to say it's roughly, is it 100 million Doge a day? It's a lot.
It's a lot of inflation.
So it's very
not
inflationary.
It's not out of the. I'll say sure. Back to a penny, maybe below.
DZ, how is a Stranger these days? Stranger Things, I have not seen it yet. I will be catching up on that. I want to catch up on Homeland. No, not Homeland. What was The Boys? I want to catch up on that first. All right, let's see. Polkadot also down. Tron. Tron at a nickel. I mean, it's right below 6 cents, but Tron is at a nickel. Breaking. Avalanche 16. Sheeb. Oh, is that another zero? It is added pretty close to it. And FTT holding around $25. Shout out to Tom Crown. Litecoin still around $50, surprisingly. How low do you see Litecoin going?
Who cares?
It's still shown on the ticker on Fox Business and CNBC, though. Doesn't that mean that it's good?
No, it doesn't.
You're right. It doesn't. All right. We're going to be looking at the charts. Frank, if you want to, use those calves to come on over here.
Hop on up there,
I'll
buddy.
hop on the candle here. Hop on.
Yeah.
We need to get some steps and have you stand on this desk.
We got some
We'll get
serious
DJ underneath to make sure it's.
We have some serious calves in this office. So.
Yeah, it's funny. BJ just popped in the room. He heard calves. My friends in New York always joked around about my calves. I just thought it was that thing, and as soon as I got here, people quickly noticed the calves, and it's the joke of the office now. But maybe we'll do a calf reveal. We'll have to add that to my wheel on my stream. We'll make it a really small sliver, so it's hard to hit. But
never. Yeah.
But guys, what is going on? We got a lot of good stuff to look at on the charts today. There are some pretty rare, strong, bullish signals that are flashing, some on Ethereum, some on Bitcoin. So we're going to take a look at those. Now, I urge you to approach with caution, because even if we are getting very strong bullish signals, you have to remember we're in a bear market, right? So the bullish setups are not going to play out like they do typically in a bear market. Not that they won't play out, but they may not play out as strong, or maybe they get invalidated. That's why we tell you to be careful with those green dots in a bear market, because they're going to consistently pop up and, try to call the bottom, but, they get tricked out a lot in a bear market. So you want to be careful, but, these signals are popping up. They are strong. They're on higher time frames. So we're going to take a look at them. I'm going to show you some levels and kind of give you an idea of what I'm expecting here in the near future. So let's, where do we think Bitcoin will bottom out is the poll.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you guys think. There's 2,500 votes right now. It looks like 15K is winning, 10K in second place. But let us know where you guys think it's going to go.
I'll say right now, I'm thinking it might go to Tree Fitty. Tree Fitty is likely. T-Cash with a super chat says, when DZ fell off his ladder, he found the bottom.
Oh
God,
all right,
you guys are good.
That's the best one so far.
Yeah, that one's good.
That's a really good one.
I was gonna say you cracked your arm like Bitcoin cracked that golden pocket. But those are good. I like the arm jokes. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the charts here, guys. So let's see on the daily. Now, let's start off with the rare bullish signal. Now, these don't typically pop up. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been hearing about this forming on the charts, and that is a bullish divergence on the daily chart. This is a very strong signal. You have your higher low on market Cipher B, and you have your lower low on your price, right? So, these typically play out in a good way, and one way you can do that is to kind of see how they've behaved in the past. And as you can see right here, we had the same exact thing happen right about here in our last summer dump, that big May dump, that first crash that we had. And, you had your higher low on market Cipher B, and you could also do this with the RSI. You do not have to use market Cipher B. And then, lower lows on your price here. And look how that played out. Now, granted, I'm not saying we're going to get this move because obviously we're in a bear market, but I mean, this is how strong these can be in a bull market. I mean, even if we get a fraction of this move, would be finally, maybe this could be where we start to see that relief because everyone's waiting for that relief rally, and we're just getting rug pulled and rug pulled and rug pulled on that thing. So, this is probably, in my opinion, this is a very good chance to, this is a very positive sign for looking for that relief. And you want to know, you want to realize here that, you're not printing the green dot here on Market Cipher B yet. So it's not really printing yet on Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at ETH in just a second, but you would want that green dot to print on this momentum wave and confirm before making any decisions. But I just wanted to compare, this does not happen often on the daily chart. And when it does happen, it, plays out in a big way. Again, this is a bull market, so I don't think that will happen, but
bear market.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on if you think the bear market started here or here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to play out, in this extreme of a case. But again, even if we get, a fraction, a tenth of this, would be, feel very, very nice in these very bloody times. So talking a little more locally, it's been a brutal market, guys. Again, we have these bullish signals, but last night looking at the charts, we did get a yellow X confirmed on the 6-hour chart. So we're getting a lot of mixed signals here. So be very careful, right? So the last yellow X played out in a huge way. So let's just zoom in a little bit, and I'll kind of give you guys an idea of what I am looking for and expecting here in the near future. Yellow X confirmed. I don't know if it's going to play out as bad as that one, but, this is a pretty bearish signal on something like the 6-hour. We do have this spider line here at about, I'll just get a rough price for you. This spider line is coming in at about 20,055, 20,060. So we do have that right underneath us. If we break that spider line, we do have pretty low volume in this white box. So sometimes you can get pretty quick moves inside of here. So if we break this, I think we will come back down to the bottom of the box here, coming in at about, that's when, we're losing 20 at that point.
Right. And if you guys don't know Market Cipher necessarily, just know yellow X means manipulation, right? So you see that green candle there where it's starting to get bought up, and then big money comes in and pushes it right back down. So keep that in mind.
Yep. So yellow X, manipulation to the downside. I actually, I think it could also mean manipulation to the upside, but I will say this, I've never seen it. I've only seen them play out to the downside.
Yeah.
So probably like very, 99% to the downside. But they are very reliable. And on something like the 6-hour, it's, it's kind of rare. More likely to pop up in a bear market, as you guys see here, but, it doesn't pop up too often. And when they do pop up, they play out. But another thing I want to point out here is, we broke out of this bear flag. I tell people to keep it simple. Let me come to a higher time frame so we can see a little better. Everyone's, you want to keep it simple, right? Everyone's going higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Oh my God, trend reversal, right? And like all I see is a bear flag. And these typically break to the downside and obviously played out to a T. But what I wanted to talk about here is after these big moves to the downside, typically you range and then you have a big move to the downside. Again, you range, kind of another bear flag right here. And now we have a big move down. Now, it wouldn't be unlikely to just kind of range around in here. And, if we are going to continue lower, we could see, right, we came down. Maybe we kind of range, start creating a bear flag, make some higher lows, and then that creates your bear flag. And then you continue to the downside, right? So if we are going to continue down, I do think that's how we could possibly see it play out. Or maybe this yellow X plays out in a huge way and we just dump down. But our next spider line does come in at about, 17.9, around 18K. So we will hopefully find some support there. And then real quick, before I let you guys go, I just want to look at the DXY super quick.
Well,
go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you one question too before we wrap up about the 200-week moving average. We're right there right now. It bounced off of it previous bear market. It bounced off of it, COVID crash. And now we're sitting right there on it right now. And I think that's what people are kind of hoping will hold us, but there doesn't seem to be strong support there. So if that breaks, you feel like there's pretty much, a free fall?
Yeah, I think if we, so here's the thing. We're at that 200-week moving average. it would be likely to see some sort of bounce off of that, especially when you have those bullish divergences on the daily time frame. That's some good confluence right there. You get the bullish divergence to confirm, you get the bounce off of the 200-week moving average. But if we do wind up losing that, I know a lot of people think we cannot lose that moving average. We totally can lose that moving average. We are in a completely different time, a completely different economic situation than we were in any other bear market for Bitcoin, right? So you want to realize that, if things get worse in the world macroeconomically, we could see a much worse bear market than we've seen in the past. And also remember, typical 85% correction, that would be considered normal for Bitcoin, and we're not there yet. So we could easily come down further, and it would just be normal. But I know we don't have a lot of time here. I did just want to point out here, we are, getting somewhat of a bearish divergence on the DXY, starting to dump down here. So that is also a good sign. The only thing that worries me is we're getting some dumps on the DXY, and Bitcoin is not really reacting very strongly to it. But I did want to point that out. You could keep an eye on the DXY starting to print that bearish divergence, starting to come down. Could be a good sign for Bitcoin. And then Ethereum, last thing real quick, confirmed bullish divergence on the daily chart. So very, very bullish signal. You are sitting at very strong support here that we perfectly tapped right there. So it is looking like if that is going to play out, it could play out in a big way. But again, we are in brutal times in this market. We're in a bear market. Sometimes the bullish setups don't play as well. So be very careful.
Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
are you looking for a long on ETH right now?
So yeah, I am. So as far as trades right now, I didn't bring it up because I had showed it a bunch of times. I don't want to beat a dead horse. So I am still up 200% on my Ethereum short. However, I am like 85% out of the position. So I have a small amount left in the position, but now it's up like 200%. I am looking to probably take most of those profits out. I might let it ride, but yeah, off of this daily bullish divergence, I am looking for longs, but I'm being very conservative, very conservative. Again, trend is your friend. In a bear market, you want to be greedy with the shorts, conservative with the longs. In a bull market, greedy with the longs, conservative with the shorts. So use good risk management, guys. And yeah, that's all I got.
Great advice.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Bing bong.
Let me step over this wax on the floor. I don't know what. Anyways. All right. And I see someone in a couple questions there. Do you have to pay to get your question answered? No. There, just answer your question. What is the level that would make 85%? Well, that would be 15% of 69,000, and we're looking roughly a little over 10,000. 10,380-ish. I don't know. Someone could do the math. I'm not that smart with arithmetic, but yeah, roughly let's just say 10, 11K. So that is the 85% correction that we do not want to see whatsoever. But let's get into some stories. How are we feeling about liquidations? Over 200 million in liquidations as Bitcoin dipped towards 20K again. It's another downturn for the second time it hit the 20K mark in just the past few days. Most altcoins have also retraced on a daily scale, with ETH going below $1,100 amid the ongoing turbulence. The so-called bond king, old Jeffy, asserted that the asset could fall even more to around $10,000. This enhanced volatility with the altcoins as well as Bitcoin has resulted in a large number of liquidations. Over $200 million on the daily scale. You know who wins that? The exchanges. The exchanges, and just don't over leverage. Like, let's just reiterate that. You don't want to over leverage. You want in the single digit, especially with the longs in a bear market. We are feeling bearish right now. So just be careful. And I saw a couple people like, you don't need to be trying to catch falling knives. And I would definitely agree with that as well. But all right. And back to shorts. Speaking of shorts, short sellers are betting big money on crypto's demise. Collapsing crypto prices have sent short sellers on a frenzy, and they're targeting some of digital assets' biggest companies. I was talking about this with Brian and J-Chains earlier in the office. It seems a little counterintuitive to all the trading I've seen. It seems like the big corporations are getting liquidated, and a lot of these small people are getting some wins. And I like to see that. I like to see the small person win. Obviously, I don't want, Bitcoin going down, but there's been a lot of multi-$100 million corporations. They're the ones getting liquidated. They're the ones getting wrecked. And that's just not something we're used to seeing, right?
Well, there's one specific reason that's happening. Do you know what it is?
The the first fall, that first domino fell, and it's just
Kind
a
of.
cascading effect. What do you mean?
I'm saying it's greed. The big people, they're making so much money hand over fist. They
Yeah.
got greedy,
Yep.
and then the dominoes collapsed on them when they weren't ready. The small
Yep.
people that are smart, that know how to use risk management, they're staying alive. So and time again, you'll see greed and kind of brazenness is what takes people down.
Yeah. And small people got into Bitcoin at 60K. Many did. But specifically, I just mean like some of these small traders trading. You should always trade less than 5% of your portfolio. Theoretically, you get liquidated. The most you can lose is 5%. Never put your entire stack on the line. You don't want to do that. But back to the short sellers here. Short sellers Monday bet more than $630 million cumulatively on the continued descent of the 6 top crypto stocks, accounting for 39% of their collective trade volume for the day. Short sellers initiated around 50 million in bets against Signature Monday, 82% above its yearly average. Company shares went on to shed percent. Let's see. Short sellers could target crypto mining stocks next. Shorting specialists might not be focusing on top miners just yet, as those companies are, at least in theory, large enough to acquire fresh mining rigs and electricity sources relatively cheaply. Bitcoin mining consultant Alejandro De La Torre told Blockworks. So a lot of these corporations, these publicly traded companies, these big mining corporations, they do have deep pockets. They do have cheap electrical sources. MSTR, not MicroStrategy, I'm sorry. There's another one I'm blanking on right now, but they own a Canadian power plant. Electricity fluctuates. They're going to be slightly insulated. I actually didn't get a chance to read that. If you want to pull it up.
I'm just curious, where are we in the rundown right now?
In the rundown, Bitcoin traders expect along. We're about to get into 20K coins. I believe.
So we need to do Twitter buzz real quick. And also, guys, do you have the tab up there for Frankie Candles trading competition?
Oh yeah, Frankie. We got the Frankie Candles. Yeah, he's coming back up.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll let you explain it. Yeah, we got the big Frankie. Oh, look at that. Hey, it's our superstar right there.
World's funniest picture.
I love it.
It's so funny. I look like I'm 6 years old in this picture.
Restroom.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Hurry up and take the picture, Bobby.
Too funny. But guys, don't forget that ByBit is having a trading competition. If you want to join the BitSquad team, go ahead and go to frankiecandles.com. You can scroll down here and you can click this join our team button. It will bring you right to our team.
Wow.
And you guys can sign up there. They're giving away a total of $8 million in prizes. They're doing lotteries. They're doing all different types of giveaways. They're giving away a ton of stuff. And yeah, come join the squad and help us win this thing.
Trade with the BitSquad.
Yeah, trade with the BitSquad. FrankieCandles.com.
Awesome.
All right. Are we doing anything cool if we win?
We get a lot of money. That's the whole point.
All right. So my paycheck will clear at the bank. That's good enough for me. I like that. I'll take it.
The people that are on the team, basically that $8 million, that's the prize pool.
Okay, so everybody's eating.
Yeah, everybody's getting.
I like that.
That's the idea. We trade well. Not only are we making money on trades, but we're claiming that prize money. We usually do pretty well as a team.
Yeah,
usually top 3.
Yeah, I like it. I want that to happen. That'd be awesome.
All right, let's do some Twitter buzz real quick.
What do you mean by Twitter buzz?
You see that thing right there? I'll show you. You haven't done this yet. It's a new segment.
New segment.
Look.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And watch this.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I like it.
Let's keep going.
Boom. All right. Oh, I'm being blown away right now.
Now you got to read that.
Yeah, my socks are off. They got blown off. All right. Old Chucky, as I like to call him, just received a formal invitation. I saw this. Received a formal invitation to speak before the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Agriculture. Very important. That's the CFTC, for those who don't know. About blockchain and crypto. It will be live on the 23rd, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anyone wants to watch it over YouTube, I would put Charles Hoskinson in the top 2 or 3 people that could go up there and communicate effectively.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe even number 1. I think Charles Hoskinson, great communicator. He has a lot of practice with his live streams. He might even roll up on a moose. That's the rumor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I'm kind of crossing my fingers, and I hope it is true. I heard he's riding a moose all the way from Wyoming. So
I heard he was going to have a hawk fly around the room while he talks. But.
Yeah, it's going to look for like a representative with the toupee, and then it's going to pick it up. It'll be a nice viral moment for Cardano.
No, that's actually pretty big news, especially with
is.
Cardano holding up as well as it is right now, him getting in front of legislators. He's
Pushing a proof of stake
Mhm, mhm.
blockchain that's doing a lot to like help empower impoverished communities globally. He's a great orator. Someone put it perfectly there. All right, for Avalanche, due to recent speculation, we like to clarify that Three Arrows Capital has never in any way managed, used, or custodied any of Avalanche Foundation treasury funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are trying to distance themselves, obviously, and yeah, saying, "Hey, we didn't want to use." You know what? I was almost going to say degen. Uh, they kind of were. I mean, they were. No one would have said that about 3AC. They're doing degen moves. They're trying to flip all their money. Now that the skeletons are out of the closet, they were pretty close to it for someone their size. It was
Mhm.
obviously a little reckless in hindsight.
It is. And people are nervous right now. So that's why you see people coming out making statements like this. They're saying, look, Avalanche Foundation treasury funds are fine. They're not being mismanaged like we're seeing a lot of these other major funds do. It's baffling to me how much money we've seen so carelessly managed.
Yeah. All right. We got Leshner, not Brock Leshner. No, I'm just kidding. I became a DeFi founder in order to create a more transparent, autonomous, and safer financial system. Watching the implosion of UST, Celsius, 3AC, and hopefully not more, all of which are opaque and trust based, reaffirms the need for decentralized finance more than ever. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for a nice, strong, decentralized finance platform that isn't just full of Ponzi-nomics.
Yeah.
I was
'Cause
kind of talking about this last time I hosted, where I used to think 40%. I keep my APY below 40% because I don't want a degen play.
yeah.
How foolish of me. I look back and obviously 40% is a degen move.
Well,
Obviously.
this is a kind of an interesting tweet to me, right? Because we've got somebody, DeFi proponent, saying like these crashes are the reason we need DeFi. Then
Yeah.
you've got the other side of that coin of somebody saying, wait, these crashes happened because of DeFi and the risk and the instability of a lot of these platforms and that sort of stuff. So I tend to agree that we need more DeFi, more transparent systems, and they just need time to become more robust and less risky.
Yeah.
But I could also see a lot of people making the case, and that's probably what the lines you'll hear from the traditional system, that we don't need DeFi because it's unsafe and it causes these kind of collapses.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting over the next 2 years as those two narratives fight. I think long-term DeFi will win. Open, transparent systems will win, but it's going to be a rocky road.
Someone kind of brought up Lou Ferrigno. I don't know if he could hear me. In the bull market, 40% wasn't degen. Yeah, perhaps. But in the grand scheme of things, that's just insane amount of selling pressure.
You went
So
full degen? Never go full
never go
degen.
full degen. Now I'm not gonna
That's good.
put any makeup on myself. But speaking of makeup, me and Justin Williams are flying to a studio.
Mm.
That's about all I could say. I don't even want to say what studio. It's filming in Miami. We're doing something special with in-house project that exists already. I'm not gonna say anything more. This might air 6 months from now, but we're filming something on a major cable channel, so this is gonna be pretty cool. Can't say
So
the channel, can't say the show. Signed an NDA. Maybe said too much.
so all
You
we
might see me
know,
with the second cast.
yeah, is Justin Williams, DZ,
Mm-hmm.
Miami, makeup, and cameras.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I saw people at the beginning like, "Is DZ wearing makeup?" No, I just slapped coconut oil on my face, so that's why I'm shiny and greasy. I'm probably gonna go in there. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're really shiny." They're gonna be powdering
Degen
me up.
drag queens. Here we go.
We are in Florida. All right, Bitcoin on chain analysis, market metrics show capitulation. We don't want that. The MVRV is defined as the ratio between the market and realized capitalization levels. Values higher than 1 show that the market cap is larger than the realized cap. And the score uses a standard deviation in order to normalize the values. The reserve risk, cyclical Bitcoin on chain indicator that measures the confidence of long term holders relative to the current asset price. I kind of want to look at this. So we hit highs with high prices. We hit lows during. All right, so we got a low here. It was a leading indicator for a bottom that came in
That
later.
that's
We have a low
pandemic.
here, leading indicator for a bottom that came in later. We got a low here. leading indicator for a bottom that came in later. Now we're approaching lows again. Now we aren't touching this level just yet, so there still could be pain. When I see this stuff, this is what makes me think that the three amigos can play out. I saw a question in chat. What are the three amigos? It's basically just three tops that kind of make three hats. It's jokingly referred to as the three amigos chart and Crypto Faces stream. That's what makes me think 11 to 13 is possible. I don't want it to be possible. I don't want to go up here and say I think 13K Bitcoin is possible, but in my heart, I do think that. So I just want to be honest with you.
It's
I'm not
possible.
wishing for it. I don't want it to happen. I hope 20 is the bottom or 19.8 or whatever the previous cycle high is. But I think maybe that narrative is done. It is certainly done with Ethereum. Will it be done with Bitcoin? I'm voting yes. And I don't want to, but that's just where I'm standing here.
Agreed.
All right. The reserve risk cyclical, measures the confidence of long-term holders relative to current asset price. So we saw it there. And then the Pule multiple on-chain indicator that is created by dividing the value of all minted coins by a yearly moving average. And here you see the low levels coinciding with the low levels largely. Low level here largely coinciding with the low level. Low level largely coinciding. Slight delay, but very, very, not a whole lot compared to the previous chart. I understand this is a year part here. So we're looking, that could be roughly a month or so. I'd have to zoom in more. And now we're hitting another low level. This chart is slightly, it's hard to tell because it is logarithmic. But I mean, this is, quite a dump down. If you look here, this is like, what are we at? 65% correction-ish, something like that. So that doesn't look like a 65% correction, but this area is a 65% correction. So don't let the logarithmic throw you off on that. And here we see the Pule multiple 7-day moving average. So yeah, largely coinciding, slightly leading.
Actually, let's pull up the Newple. I wonder if Glassnode's still logged in over there. Glassnode.studio.
Man, I'll be very honest with you. My typing is
embarrassingly
slow with my left hand.
I'll look at it after. Sorry, guys.
All right. I'm sorry. Look, I'm a cripple. Okay. Don't be ableist. If you want to see it and you're mad, you're ableist. Can I say that? I think I can say that, at least for like 2 weeks. All right. No offense. I'm not trying to be offensive there. All right. Bitcoin traders expect a long consolidation phase now that Bitcoin trades below 21K. I would agree. They say the entire market's in for a very long consolidation. But here's the key part: and accumulation period following the current drop to 2017 highs. It's those that accumulate are going to be the winners here, not those that give up. You don't want to be the person that gives up. You want to be the person that's going to keep accumulating here. Here's what several analysts in the market are saying about the outlook moving forward as the traders try to determine if the bottom is in or if there's more downside ahead. And again, I hope I'm wrong on more downside here. Here we have the 1 week chart with a 200-week moving average. We did below that. Did the same thing there. Bounced off it very healthily in 2019. If it continues to hold the orange 200-week moving average as support and the black 200-week EMA figures as resistance, could form an accumulation range here, just like in 2018. This would enable multi-month consolidation to even as far as December 22. I have a question for you, TJ.
Yeah.
The low came in, basically a year after all-time high. You see December 2017, January 2018.
Mm-hmm.
The all-time low came in 2019. We ran up to roughly 10K, a little bit higher with some wicks, but roughly 10, 12K. And then we had the COVID crash.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think would have happened without the COVID crash? Would we have retested this, or we have just tested it once?
That's an interesting question. Because it
allowed a lot of people to jump in on cheap Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Relatively late in the cycle, where normally they would not have been able to buy that cheap Bitcoin, that sub $4,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, what's interesting to me to think about, what if we didn't have a pandemic crash? What if we did see like 300K? Like the initial predictions we were all thinking, like we didn't go back
120.
Yeah, basically over 100K Bitcoin. I think we would, but
yeah, I feel like we would have got closer to that blow off top because a lot of people here were basically, being smart about it. A lot of people spent that stimmy check.
That's where
I saw that it was 50K. They sold. There's a lot more healthy selling. People a little bit more educated on the 4-year cycle. So,
well, I just out of dumb luck, I put a lot in right there because I sold my house that March. So I actually happened to have some cash right when the pandemic hit. So
dumb luck, and I've told this story before. I was following very closely what was happening in the other countries before it hit our country.
Same.
And I sold almost everything in January. Felt
Nice.
very smart about it. And then it shocked me how quickly it came back to those levels. Like, no, wait, I didn't get to buy the dip. So, that's my story there. Like, no, I want to buy the dip. We also have RSI 1000 providing a bullish sign here. So it's not just doom and gloom. There is a little bit of a, positive action here, but it will shock you how quickly it will go down. It shocked everybody how quickly it went to 20,000. It shocked everybody how quickly ETH went to 1,000. So it can shock you again how quickly it can hit 15 or 12 or 13.
I don't get what I'm about to say twisted. I still think we're going lower. However, I will say there's a lot of technical things that say that we could be near a bottom. And the fact that there's technical on-chain things saying we're near the bottom and everybody's saying we're going lower, a lot of times that's a sign that we could be near a bottom.
Yes.
However, I will say the lack of buying pressure around 20K is very concerning. I doesn't feel strong that we're going to hold that 200 EMA, and it feels my sentiment is we're going lower too. However, anytime my sentiment matches literally everybody else's, it makes me do a double take.
Yeah, and I don't think
take it
my
for what it's
2
worth.
to 3 tenths of 1%, which would be so Bitcoin's 20K, a tenth of 1% will cost you $20. I don't think my $40 to $60 market buy is gonna help as much
We're
in
not.
this 20K buy wall. Hey, I'm doing my part.
Hey.
Hit that like button if you're doing your part. I think Altcoin Daily, Austin, he tried to throw me in the spotlight. Well, what is your strategy, DZ? And I had just previously said it. I don't know. I don't have this perfect strategy. I like to, my last purchase, I'll just tell you what I did. I bought on Monday of this week. I'll probably buy this weekend as well, especially if it wicks down. I bought a little bit of a meme coin, a little ape. I bought a little bit of a blue chip alt, a little link, and then I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, all about the same amount. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think ApeCoin could hit $1, but like TJ said, everybody's getting a little bearish. So what if it doesn't? What if the bottom is in? I'm not trying to time everything. If Bitcoin's 11K, I'm gonna up my amounts that I'm putting in. I'm eating ramen. Okay, we back to ramen time. We back to
we are.
mayonnaise sandwich. Hit that like button if you ever hit got a mayonnaise sandwich, cream corn sandwich, fried bologna
I
sandwich.
was gonna say like maple
Peanut butter
syrup,
sandwich.
maple syrup sandwich. You ever had
Yeah.
one of those?
So, and you know what? I'll probably crank it up a little bit more if it goes below 15. Maybe the bottom will be 14,800. I would sure hate to say, oh, I'm gonna wait to spend a lot amount when it hits 12,000 or 11,000 and it doesn't hit, and it because they know you're waiting for these targets. The whales know you're waiting for the targets. Okay, they don't want to let you get those buy orders in. You see the buy orders. All right, total number of cryptos approaches 20,000 despite the crypto carnage. I remember when it was 9,000, just like yesterday. Despite the crypto sector correction, developers appear not deterred moving forward to introduce new digital assets in the market. It took us a long time to get to 20,000. How long do you think it'll take us to get to 30,000? Like 3 years, 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, not that long.
Yeah, it won't be that
It will be there before the next bull market. It's
getting too
interesting
easy to
because
make a
they
coin.
launch like crazy, but they don't necessarily take them away until they're completely. There's plenty of zombie change, dead chains that they consider projects, but
yeah, bread sandwiches, fried spam. I used to do ramen noodles with a little egg, a little soy sauce. I thought I was, Chef Boyardee.
that's good eating, man.
I
don't know
shouldn't
what
have
you're
said Chef
talking about.
Boyardee. I should have said like Enroll Ngassi. I should have said Enroll Ngassi. I should have said Anthony Bourdain. I shouldn't have said Anthony Bourdain. All right, whoever you're good, Chef Ramsay.
Yeah.
You burnt the risotto. Yeah. All right, moving on here. Individuals can seamlessly launch tokens into the market without following the strict regulatory scrutiny by entities like the SEC. Kind of just going into what I'm saying, I think it's just too easy to make a coin now. In the future, the focus will be on how crypto launches will be affected, especially with more jurisdictions enacting new laws to govern the sector. Every technology, just on the scale of time, just generally speaking, things are going to get easier, whether it's any kind of technology, if it's a technology for a weapon or technology to help humanity. Any technology is just on a long enough time scale, anyone can have like a nuclear bomb in their basement, on a long enough time scale. It might be 1,000 years from now. That's why I don't think we'll make it to the heat death of the universe or the sun blowing up. But that's another story. Go SpaceX. All right, back to the coins. 72 of the top 100 have fallen 90% or more. 72 of the top 100. What do you think of that ratio there? About roughly 3/4 there.
I mean, it's about right. I mean, and seeing that's another thing that makes me feel like, hey, we're close to a bottom. 90% drawdowns for the top 72 of the top 100 coins. That feels good.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds to say.
So said, I guess I'm gonna do a 40-day Jesus fast. Make sure you get your sustenance, okay? You don't have to starve yourself to buy an extra Satoshi. Buy a sandwich. Buy yourself a sandwich first.
By the way, if you guys like having DZ host the show, we have 6,500 people in here right now. Smash that like button. Help him keep his job. We all love DZ.
Yeah, I too ate Vienna sausages. I'm one of you. I'm one of the basement people. I was making my own ramen at like 7 years old, but I was a latchkey kid with the dark past. But that's another story here. Maybe we'll get into that in our podcast that you see on NFT Alpha. All right. According to price data from CoinGecko compiled by CoinGoLive, current bear market sees 72 of the top 100 fall 90% or more. The average fall from the all-time high is 80%, while among the top 20, the average fall from the all-time high, is actually high. Oh, top 10 to the top 20. Okay, 79% top 10, 81% top 20. This is why we say put most of your money into the blue chips, into the stronger projects, because when things go down, they won't fall as far. Many cryptos have experienced a large portion of their losses within the past week, as the total crypto market cap dropped 24% from 1.3 trillion to now 896 billion. It's wiped out a whole 100 billion. We're just looking at it, so it's under 900 billion. It is getting rough out there. Like I said, it will shock you how quickly these things happen. Okay, it will happen fast. You will get caught with your pants around your calves. So just be careful out there. All right, we got some predictions. Let us know in the comments where you think the prediction is. I see some numbers, 10,500. I would say that's definitely on my low end, but I would say it's slightly less than 50% possible. All right, talk a little legal here. Texas, New Jersey, Alabama, and other states have launched an investigation into Celsius Network. The move by Celsius to block consumer withdrawals is being looked at by several U.S. jurisdictions, including the states I just mentioned. They are operating in a gray area, they say. In September, Celsius was issued a stop and desist order by authorities in the states of Kentucky, New Jersey, and Texas. God, it just goes into that narrative. It's like, they were trying to help us there. In retrospect, we don't see that at the time. We just see, New York, I think, you can go too far. Obviously, the regulators in New York are just trying to protect the big banks. The big banks are out there, screwing people left and right. I was in Walmart today. I had to get some things for traveling. I almost took a picture of their lotto machine. They got a lotto machine. They got a little vending machine with gambling just in the front of the building. Perfectly legal. You could put your entire life savings there with some scratch offs and walk away broke. Or you make 27% of your money back and you put it back in, then you're done. But this, they try to stop other things. Just a little hypocrisy.
That's where I'm at, is like, they do this under the guise of helping us, but who are they really trying to help? They didn't go after
the consumer.
I mean, Robinhood halted trades on stuff. They didn't go after Robinhood. So it feels like their motivation in doing this is to take down other actors, like other players. Like, the reason they were doing this is they wanted to see Celsius fail, not they wanted to protect the users from it. But, that's what's tough. It's almost like the maxis calling everything a scam and then being right every once in a while. It's like, all right, yeah, but you say that about everything. Same with the SEC. They're trying to stop innovation, stop innovation, stop innovation. And then one of the new thing fails. It's like, oh, see, we were protecting you.
Yeah.
So
back to William Hurd's comment. Don't disregard DZ's goofy face. He's hopped up on painkillers. Fun fact, I've actually cut back drastically. Haven't had any today. I can't feel the plate in my arm. It doesn't feel great. This is just my normal expression. So sorry, Willie, to burst your bubble there. It would be even goofier, unfortunately.
That's good.
All right. last on this topic here. Earlier this month, Celsius pumped over 500% within 5 minutes amongst its liquidity issues. Company also hired restructuring lawyers to help them with their liquidity problems earlier this week. Oof. Yeah, that Celsius pump was just totally insane. I don't know what was going on with that.
I think that was a pump and dump they orchestrated to try to trap as many people as they could, take as much profit, and get more in leverage into their trade to lower their liquidation. That's my
I
theory.
would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know if that happened or not,
That's
obviously, but
pure speculation.
pure
on my part.
speculation. We will make that very clear. We're not saying that is what they did, but it is what I think they did, and I don't know what you think, but you know, I don't know what to say to you people. I'm up here. I've had my coffee. I don't know. I thought I had a good 7 hours of sleep. I'm just old, everybody. I'm like 37 years old. Okay, like, sorry, I don't look like a fresh, you know,
Cut 'em some
22-year-old Dolce Gabbana model. Like, I'm
Right.
trying.
We're the Abercrombie boys. Get them in here.
Yeah, okay, it could be much worse. All right, investors not looking to bail out struggling Celsius network. No investor bailout for them. According to the Wall Street Journal, anonymous sources revealed that a Canadian fund, I'm not even going to bastardize the pronunciation there, and growth equity firm Westcap Group, which led the Series B funding round last year that raised $75 million, may not provide more funds to help the struggling crypto lender. So they have their Series B people saying, no, I don't think so. This means Celsius will find it difficult to sell its large Lido ETH holdings on the open market. Such a situation has served to compound the firm's liquidity crisis. The Lido ETH holding is basically you can kind of get in on the ETH 2.0 early, but they lock it in and they basically have some locked up ETH. And then that ST ETH has lost its 1-in-1 peg with ETH. And so they're kind of losing a little bit there. And obviously not something you want when your money's stuck. DZ is the guy. I'm a paid actor now.
No,
Is that
I
a
think he means you're
compliment,
like
or-
he means you're like the dude. You're
Oh,
the
I'm the
guy
dude.
at
I will
Bitcoin crypto.
abide.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're saying I'm drunk on White Russians? Okay, it's a little stronger than usual. I'm sorry, okay?
Thanks, Big Hands Dan. That's a good name.
Well, I do have fat fingers, but that's just from the swollen
Yeah.
nature of my limb here. All right,
You have a never mind. I'm gonna leave that one.
okay, I think I know where that was going. It's longer than 3. All right, crypto hedge fund 3 Arrows Capital and considers asset sales bailout. It wouldn't be the 12-ounce can. Firm founders say they still believe in the future of cryptocurrencies. Yeah, they believe because they got a giant bag of it.
Yep.
Cryptocurrency, they're putting out the, come on, please pick this up
Right.
news articles. All right. Hedge fund 3 Arrows Capital has hired legal and financial advisors to help work out a solution for its investors and lenders after suffering heavy losses from the broad market sell-off in digital assets. The founder said just today they're exploring options, including asset sales and a rescue by another firm. Mr. Davey said the fund is hoping to reach an agreement with creditors that would give it more time to work out a plan, aka give it more time for Bitcoin to go up. Please do something, he said as he poked Bitcoin with a stick. Mr. Davey said 3 Arrows was able to withstand the Luna losses, but the subsequent cascade of events that caused prices of Bitcoin, Ether, and other crypto to plummet in recent weeks has created more problems. He has added, yeah, it is looking that's just such a weird way of saying this chart. How many dollars one Bitcoin buys? I like it, though. I like it. I like that phrasing. You know, I think I might start using that. All right. The firm is known to have had large positions in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and Lido staked Ether tokens, both of which have suffered losses recently. So we're seeing a lot of their investments are down, and they have, you know, margin calls, and they have specific prices they need Bitcoin to be at to be solvent with their collateralized loans. And we're going to get into the details of that, but they're down bad, and it's looking sus for real, for real. All right, that was that me speaking the cool language there?
Yeah, there you go. That was you speaking Generation Z.
SEC commissioner affirms it's time. Yeah, it's so mid. SEC commissioner affirms it's time to stop denying crypto spot ETFs. After a difficult few days, crypto market seems to be starting to recover, and more good news may be in store as a commissioner with the United States SEC is questioning the agency's practices concerning the approval of crypto spot exchange traded funds, more specifically the non-approval of these ETFs here. It's good. It's good. Checks and balances are a healthy part of a government. Furthermore, regarding this type of Bitcoin ETF, the commissioner explained the continuing refusal of the SEC to approve a spot Bitcoin ETP is puzzling to many agency observers. Conflict of interest with the banks, maybe. The Bitcoin market has grown, matured, become more liquid, and attracted more and sophisticated participants. It's on balance sheets of the most uh, lucrative company in the history of mankind. You know,
Yep.
I mean, I would say that's a pretty mature asset.
Yep.
Yes, the number one company of humanity as far as price goes has it on their balance sheet. So, you know, what does that say? The world's richest man is a believer. You look at all the top tech companies, all the top CEOs, all the top founders, all the brightest minds of the globe, except for Taleb. I don't know what's going on with him, but they all believe in Bitcoin.
That
That's
was
what makes you think there's a little conflict of interest with the
Yeah.
banks.
And that was one of my first. It's so funny. I was telling this story yesterday when I was first getting into crypto and Bitcoin and obsessed with it and freaking out. Is it legit? Is, researching it back in 2017. What I did is I took the information I found and I'd sent it to all the smartest people I knew. That
Mhm.
I just literally said, who's the smartest person I know? Who's a, insurance actuary? Who's a stock trader? Like, who knows this kind of stuff? And I sent it to all of them, and they were all like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good, pretty cool,
Yeah.
I would look into this more." Anybody who that I knew that was smart, that spent more than 2 to 4 hours reading about Bitcoin was sold, and
Yeah,
that
for
sold
me, it was
me.
there. I don't even want to say who it was with, but it was a Michael Saylor interview from November-ish of last year. And if I have them watch that 1 hour thing, anyone smart that actually watches it became a believer.
Mhm.
Uh yeah, there's a couple of people. Y'all got some I have a hard time paying attention when DZ hosts. I think I have ADDZ. All right,
Oh,
that's pretty good. That's pretty
solid.
good. I like it. I like it. Talib Kweli. No, Nicholas Taleb, writer of a lot of novels. I'm trying to think. The name are escaping me. I've read one. Very, very smart guy. He just thinks the whole thing's, greater full theory, kind of
The
similar
Black
to Bill
Swan,
Gates.
he wrote, "Skin in the
Yeah, Black
Game,"
Swan. Yeah, there's another one too. But yeah, he coined the phrase Black Swan event. So
"Anti-Fragile."
anti-fragile. That's
There
the
you
one I
go.
was thinking of. Thank you very much. All right, tough stance. The SEC has been known for its tough and harsh stance on cryptocurrencies and the related products in the past. Only a week prior to Pierce's remarks, Finbold reported on the possibility of Grayscale Investments suing the SEC if it fails to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. And that would just enable more pensions to roll in, retirement accounts to roll in, a lot of basically old safe money rolling in. So it is a good thing. I
It would
think.
also bring insane buy pressure to Bitcoin. If it's spot versus,
Mhm.
paper traded, that means they actually have to buy and hold the Bitcoin when they trade it. So the spot Bitcoin ETF most likely, when approved, will kick off a bear market.
Yeah, and
I mean, bull market, bull
we were
market.
going a little long, so I just kind of
Yep.
glance on this one. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust Premium hits an all-time low, a 34% discount. Just the long and short of it is, to use Ben's phrasing, is that it's a 6-month hold, correct? So
I
it's
believe.
basically people betting 6 months from now. I think it's lower, and they even saying it's going to be, the market is saying, about 30-ish, 40-ish% lower. So yeah, I mean, it is on discount, but if we get these ETFs, it'd be, a little bit of a different situation. But
We're also hearing Grayscale in the lines of fire for a short squeeze, similar
mm,
to Three Arrows,
heard,
Celsius, etc. They're close to insolvent, from what I understand. Also, hearsay.
it's funny. Bill Gates did just come out with that greater full theory quote
Hmm.
on NFTs and, just more negative remarks on crypto. But what does he have? He has a short on Tesla open at the moment. I wonder if he's got any other shorts that we might not know about where he does want things to go
I'm
down.
sure he's got some hidden shorts. But of these guys, Bill Gates, it's funny. I was talking about this with the C12 people yesterday. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they made all their money on Web 2 and the
Yep.
traditional financial system. They're very incentivized to keep things the way they are. So just keep that in mind when they talk.
The hat's an ApeCoin hat. I spent at the time $70 hat or something. Now I think it costs about tree fifty. So
Tree
it's,
fitty.
it's it's a lot cheaper now. All right, let's talk a little Charles Hoskinson here. Cardano founder invited to talk crypto. We kind of talked about that with the brief hit on the Twitter. So I really think he's going to do a kick butt job. He's a great communicator. How old is he? I know I'm older than him by like 10 years, and it's just so shocking every
It's
time.
baffling.
It is bad. But let us know in the chat, how old is Charles Hoskinson?
I
I
think
know
he's
he's like,
younger than me.
I want to say he's late 20s still, or if he's 30, it's like 32 or younger or something like that.
34.
Okay, he's 34. Oh, a little older than I thought. I guess, when I first got into crypto, he was younger, but You know what? Crypto time just behaves differently when you're in it. But yeah, it's going to be great. And like I said at the top of the show, Agriculture Committee has authorized, they control the CFTC. So they're the ones, they regulate the regulators. I think Warren G is on that board as well. So, because, just has to
Wait,
have them in there.
what is that? Go back to that sentence.
All right, we're going back.
Has authorized the CFTC to regulate the commodity futures. So the Agriculture Committee is that manages the CFTC?
Yes, that is that's just one of those big things that's like it's 100 years ago it probably started like that. An agriculture committee, if I had to guess, in 1870, or I don't know when it was founded, but I'm sure when it was founded its main purview was
Managing
could people get
commodities?
wheat?
Yeah.
Is there enough corn?
I mean,
You
it
know,
makes sense that they would manage commodities. Yeah, it's interesting.
that's the domino effect. I think
Yeah.
it went from pork belly futures, and they're like basically some upstart in that government agency like just strong arm their way into more and more power, and now it's they've finagled their way into controlling cryptocurrency. It's the people that talk to you about is there enough milk hitting the shelves, they're the ones that really need to be controlling the next wave of technology is going to innovate us and take us to the future. Yeah, makes sense to me, right?
Yep.
All right. What does that have to do with ADA? Well, Charles Hoskinson is ADA, right? Oh, let's hope he lives a long and healthy life. All right, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple. Where's the Ripple Army? Let us know. God, we got to get like a giant Ripple party. That'd be so cool. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's hiring for hundreds of roles. We have a no a-hole policy. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of remittance-focused company Ripple, has announced that they're looking to hire new staff despite the ongoing bear market that has seen a lot of organizations reduce their size of the workplace or close shop completely. A lot of examples, a lot of companies are shaving about 20% off their, the amount of employees that they have. They have a recruitment event. They're dubbing it the Ripple Effect with Toronto Engineering. They aim to expand the company's reach in Canada. He was also saying that another tweet by the team at Ripple, which announced they would be carrying out a recruitment drive in Toronto, 23rd of this month. Circling back, he's warning that they have a no a-hole policy, though. Kraken CEO Jesse Powell had yesterday tweeted along the same lines regarding the crypto exchange's work culture. I've heard things about their work culture and the stuff I've read online. Sound a pretty cool place to work to me. So don't just be careful what you read online. I don't really want to share any details because I don't want to, violate anyone's trust. But sound like a cool place to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is cool. From what I understand, Jesse's pretty cool, and the leaked stuff that came out the other day, I'm sure that's what he's responding to. There was also leaked internal Slack messages from Twitter on the Elon Musk call. That was interesting.
Yeah, let's cover that with the quick hit here, even though
that.
we're running a little bit late. We've been going a little long lately. All right, the markets are back to exciting. Not the type of excitement we wanted, but it's still exciting,
Activity.
I'm not shaking with like joy and enthusiasm. I'm shaking with fear and cowardice, but I'm still shaking, baby.
Hey, we're alive. Blood's pumping.
All right, moving on. Elon Musk teases crypto integration at his first Twitter all hands. He agreed to take over the media company in April, said news, entertainment, payment are three critical goals for Twitter. Discussed his plans for the company, including the integration of digital payments and the elimination of crypto-related scams. I thought that was really good. The tech mogul has previously proposed building digital payments into Twitter. He wants it to be like WeChat. I was looking into this a lot last night. Wants it to be like WeChat. WeChat does everything for his Chinese citizens. It's it is their payment system. It's their Zelle or
It's
their
an entire operating system.
It's everything. It does it does messaging. It does social media. It does payments. It just does so much to stuff. Hey, we all love Frank. I love Frank more than I love myself.
Thanks
So
for
that's
that super
okay. No offense there. You don't gotta say no offense or anything like that. I'm shaking. That's a different kind of shaking. No, that would be like sweating or something, right? When you see me up here sweating, that's when you gotta worry. But back to Elon Twitter thing. Yeah, I saw the leaked Slack messages. They're very upset with him. One takeaway, I'm not trying to get political here, but if you're not maybe, I don't want to say ultra liberal, but if you're not very far left leaning, the narrative in the Slack comments was you're trying to physically harm me, and I don't think it's fair shake to say if you're in the middle, you're just moderate, you don't just cherry pick every idea and just download this is what I believe. You kind of choose your own path, and you're not super extreme. I don't think you're out here trying to kill people. I think that's a little bit of an extreme take to have. I think that's too outlandish to say or too radical. But that seemed to be the main takeaway. They're very upset at the direction he does want to take it, but they also said he rambled at the end. He like brought up aliens, and so I was like, you know what? That just sounds like Elon to
Let's
me.
say, sounds on par.
The reason they had it, he's not running it right now. They asked, "Hey, do you want to be CEO?" Said, "I don't really believe in titles. I want to be the techno king and just get us to profitability. That's what we need to be focusing on." But the reason he did it was Twitter seniorship wanted Twitter to feel the employees to feel like they had a voice, and so that's why they had this kind of town hall meeting style, with him. But they didn't like it. They definitely didn't like it. The messages I saw were very negative. I don't know if the people who wanted to be positive were scared to speak out and Slack, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case here. What do you think about him shaking things up?
I think it need to be done. I think there's a lot of stupid people that work at Twitter, and
Yeah.
they're gonna learn.
I think they're going to learn. I experienced this myself. It's a joke that I say this. You may not know, but I used to be a Twitch streamer. Yeah, I saw the same thing with Twitch. I felt like the leadership and the middle management of Twitch had just gotten a little ridiculous, and they didn't seem to be like a well-oiled machine. Just seemed to be like just floundering along. And if you look at what they were focused on there, it didn't seem to be building the number one esports digital access. Where you could see the most gamers, the easiest and the most entertaining way, and they didn't seem to be focused on that. They seemed to be focused on other things, pushing certain agendas. And yeah, I mean, I felt, I felt like this is not where I want to be. So I started looking for an exit plan. I started looking for an exit ramp. And you know what? I was just so obsessed with crypto. I feel very lucky that became a part of the Bit Squad. And, when I started out here, first, not including the first 3 days, which were a little wild to say the least, I was very quickly thrown into a producer role for ATB. I was behind the scenes for months. I did all the guest booking. I did all the writing. All the topics. I chose everything. I did it all. Johnny does that now. Coop is what I like to call him. He does that. They do a really, really good job. DZ was a great Twitch streamer. Thank you, Lou. Yeah, I really did think I put out a good content, but putting out good content on Twitch wasn't enough. And looking back, I think YouTube is a lot better business model for a content creator than Twitch. Twitch is a grind, and I had to get out of that. But yeah, I feel very blessed to be part of the Bit Squad. And, I think you're all here for the same reasons. We want to change our lives for the better. We don't like, power being stripped away from us slowly but surely, but it's happening. We see it happening, and especially since I've started here. I've been here less than a year and a half, a year and 3 months ish, something like that. And the world's a lot different place in those 15 months, and it's alarming. And we need people to step up. We need voices to be brave. And that's what we try to do here. It's a little scary. I don't like going up here and making fun of SEC official XYZ or government official XYZ, but I need to share my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Will I have repercussions from that down the line? It is possible, and it is scary to think about. I don't like thinking about that. I don't like thinking that someone at IRS is going to be said, "Hey, I need you to go look at this guy because he made fun of me." But it could happen.
That's why you use an alias.
That's why I'm DZ. Yeah, you don't know who I am. No, I mean, I'm DZ.eth. They can track everything.
That's
it's all
true.
there on the blockchain. My monkey's there. That's why I couldn't sell it the whole time. I'm like, oh my God, I have a crazy tax liability.
Yeah.
And I want to buy it again, then I'm going to be underwater. So yeah, I try hard.
I'll say this. We love having you here, part of the Bit Squad. It's been great having you. Do a good job.
Thanks.
I was actually just telling somebody that story the other day about how you started working on ATB, and yeah, you really crushed it. Good,
you know
good
what?
member of
And
the
they
Bit
put
Squad.
me to the fire. Why? Because we demand a lot. This is a multi-million-dollar tech company at the end of the day, and we should be putting out good products. And to some of my coworkers, maybe I'm a little harsh to some of the middle management style roles, the interns. I'm not going to go, get in an argument with a 19-year-old over a thumbnail. But some of the middle management people, I just try to bring out the best in people, and I respond to the stick. Some people respond to the carrot. I'm gonna try to give out more carrots. Don't worry. Starting now, okay. Starting now. Do we have any Q&A?
Yeah, we have actually some good ones. A lot of base JD crypto question. Most of my money is in BlockFi interest account right now. Should I be worried about it? Once I remove it, I can't.
You're in
put
the
it
same boat
back
as
in.
me. I felt stuck in Celsius. And so my opinion is going to be colored by me having a bad experience with Celsius. I do trust BlockFi more than Celsius now, obviously. But if you would ask me a month ago, I'd said I feel like they're equal. That I honestly I can't tell you what to do. Because I hate for you to lose that passive income. But because we all have certain amounts we're never going to sell. I don't care.
Right.
Like I'm not going to sell. That last X percent. To me, it's 90%. Most it should be 20%. You should take profits healthily. So I can't say what you should do. I can say what I would do, and I would start. Maybe I would shave the position a little. I don't know
Yeah.
your personal financial situation though, so it's gonna, mostly hinge on what that is. But I'd be careful for
Yeah,
sure.
I would echo that same thing. It's really, I mean, we say not your keys, not your coins all the time. We just experienced it with Celsius. So if the question is, should you be worried about it? Yeah, I'd be worried about it. What you should do, that's up to you. That's the only thing we can really say.
DZ is literally bang. No, I'm not. Jeez, am I like slurring my words
No,
here?
you're
I
fine.
don't know what's
Just
going on.
Yeah, when I used to
I
host,
wish I was on.
when I hosted ATB, they told me I was lit every day, just blazed every single episode, and they were only right every once in a while. So
Yeah, I've been
Uh,
putting in my contacts with my left. It has been hell. I will say that. I'll be leaving the bathroom sometimes. I just burning. Anyways.
Nate is asking, I know there's a lot of talk about not trusting centralized or decentralized exchanges right now. I'd love to start DCA back in, but where should I be doing this at? Is Coinbase safe? I've got an answer, but you can.
I like Coinbase and Gemini.
Yeah.
I think I feel safe with those.
I would
What's
say,
your opinion?
yeah, I would say Coinbase is safe. If you want the absolute most custody and most privacy, I would suggest getting a Trezor wallet or getting a Trezor hardware wallet, connecting it to the Exodus software wallet, and going through purchases on Shapeshift. That will keep you completely clear of everything, and you will maintain custody the entire time.
Yeah, and you can always buy on Coinbase and then pull it off and put it in your private wallet. You don't have to let it sit
Correct.
on Coinbase. Like pretty much, you pull everything off of there.
Yeah, you can buy on centralized. Yeah, exactly, and withdraw
So
to.
if that's a
self-custody
concern, I would do that.
wallet. Do you have any comments on that?
Just talking about the IRS, dare I, just jump into the fire again? I feel like that's going to be one of those things. IRS historically doesn't have a lot of money when it comes to these type of things. They'll put in a lot of money in a Wesley Snipes case because the media attention. I kind of feel like Tezos will have more money, so I don't know. I don't want to lead anyone down the wrong path, but historically speaking, IRS hasn't had the best track record in taking people down in
No,
court, except for Blade. Blade went down.
They got him.
He has like multiple swords. I was quite amazed by that. Can you imagine trying to like fight the new guy?
No,
It's Blade.
no.
You're bad.
Yeah.
You were done.
Yeah.
You're done for.
So just a little perspective. This is a case between some individuals that were staking on Tezos, got rewards, and then paid taxes on them, sued the IRS for the returns. The IRS said, okay, we'll just give it back to you, put the case to bed. But they're actually keeping the case open as a live case because the IRS has never really stated clearly if staking rewards are taxable or not. So they're trying to establish precedent on this case. So
Clarity, precedent.
it's probably going to go on for a while. Explain the ledger thing again. No, just back it up and watch after we wrap it. Sorry. We gotta
Usually he
wrap
says
this up.
back it up to anyways.
All right, real quick. Do you think ETH 2.0 can fail, Mr. Michael J?
Jeez, they're going so slow. I can't see how, but I mean, this is crypto. Anything is possible.
Agreed.
If there's a dev I believe in, it's Vitalik. I will say that.
Can
I
it
believe in Vitalik. I believe in Charles.
Yeah, I would say, can it fail? Yes, anything in crypto can fail.
Do I think it will? I don't.
Yeah, most likely not.
Yeah.
And then last question, do you have long-term faith in Kadena?
Never really got into that one because I was late to the party. When you're, it's just one of those things that happens. I feel like this happens to a lot of people that have been in crypto for a long time. They bought coin X, Y, and Z really low.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime something that is strong comes up and they're late to the party, they just feel like, I missed out. So I'm just going to not go to that party. And then you kind of like, you look out your blinds and the party's still going. You're like, it's 2 a.m. I thought it was going to be over at midnight.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. And then that's when you put on your shoes and you're like, hey, I'm going to the party. And then the party's winding down.
Yep.
And so I feel like that's my situation with Kadena. I felt late to the party. I was the one looking through the blinds, jealous that, you know, everyone's having a good time doing keg stands. I'm alone in my room with my broken arm, nursing my broken wing here and saying, I feel like I'm too late.
Yeah, it happens. That happened to a lot of people on Solana. Luckily for us, that's what happened on Terra, so we didn't get too much into Terra. Looks like the poll wrapped up. BitSquad thinks 15K is the bottom with almost 7,000 votes. How do you feel about that?
You know, I would have said 15 before I watched Crypto Face's stream last night. Like, it literally, like, it was that educational, and I kind of see 14 something. 14. I think his 11 to 13,000 target is going to be targeted, and because a lot of big whales do watch that, man, and I can see strong buying pressure on 14 as people hope to get in at 11, 12, 13 and can't. So that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, that's all we got.
Yeah. Until next time, BitSquad. Easy out.